Hi, it's Neil Lazarus here, and it's another podcast. Yay! I hope you guys are okay. I know I haven't podcasted for a while. It has been so crazy here. It is wild. But what I want to look at today is what's happening in Jerusalem. Now, many of you may have read, like today, Wednesday is meant to be a day of rage. This coming Friday is meant to be a day of rage. A lot of angry people. But the reality is, the situation is really quite serious, and the situation is quite angry and violent. Over the last few days, there's been riots in East Jerusalem. Remember, East Jerusalem is the area that was controlled by Jordan prior to 1967. It's not necessarily in the East. That's just there to confuse people. Where's this all coming from? And if you read about it, let me explain. Namely, there was, as you know, a terrorist attack, and on the Temple Mount. Temple Mount, as you know, if you've been to the Western Wall, been to the Old City, you know the Kotel there. So behind that's where they're talking about. The Dome of the Rock, you've seen the mosque, etc., right? So that place, as you probably know, is the place which is really sensitive for both Jews and Muslims. It's a place which is the holiest place for Jews. It's the site of the temple. Third most holiest place for Muslims. Yet at the same time, there was a terrorist attack. 2 Israeli police were shot. So what's the story about, really? It just shows you the power of terror, because effectively what this is igniting is a lot of angry people. The concept of the Jews are taking Al-Aqsa Mosque, are endangering it, is the type of mythology which can ignite the masses. And I think that on purpose is being done. What has Israel changed? And I share with you, it's kind of crazy. Namely, Israel put in, as a result of the terrorist attack, metal detectors, like the type you go through when you walk in an airport, the thing that goes bing if you have something on you, like a weapon. They put them at the entrance to the Temple Mount. Now, this was seen as outrageous, despite the fact that there's metal detectors in Mecca, in the Vatican, you name it, everywhere's got it. Bottom line is, Palestinians, and you may have seen some of the pictures, have been praying outside of the metal detectors in protest, and we've had continuous demonstrations. You're following this. This is demonstrations because Israel put metal detectors up. Yeah, what can I tell you? So anyway, we're in this crazy situation right now. On Friday is where it's the day of prayer, and it's always very sensitive. Mass demonstrations again have been called for. We're also seeing, which doesn't surprise me, Israeli Arabs, members of parliament, joining in, protesting against the violation of human rights and the fact that somewhat aggressive metal detectors have been put up outside the temple, the site of the temple. Yeah, I think you should be picking up the sarcasm by now. I mean, you know what? Many of you who've listened to me know me. I am also critical of the government. Yeah, at the same time, I don't get this one. I really don't. The metal detectors are there to make sure that Muslims aren't shot. It's for them as well as anyone else. Anyway, that's where we are today, with a number of groups, both Hamas, Fatah, Islamic Jihad, all calling for resistance against Israel. We have seen more violence breaking, and we're going to have to take it from there. I mean, how crazy it has got is that the King of Saudi Arabia has phoned Trump and said to Trump, look, tell your friend Bibi to lay off. Keep the status quo in Jerusalem. Netanyahu returned to Trump and said, we invite the Saudis to come and visit Jerusalem to see that there is absolutely no violations of the status quo or status quo. That's where we are today. Crazy, crazy week in Jerusalem. I thought I'd give you a quick explanation of what's going on. At the same time, lots of groups and also a lot of interest in my upcoming tour. I'm going international again. Yeah, after this summer, we are going back on the road. So I really would love for the opportunity to speak, whether it's at your synagogue, at your university, or at your school or church. Drop me a line on awesomeseminars 2001 at gmail.com. That's awesomeseminars 2001 at gmail.com. Remind you, if you like this, to download my app.
If you love this podcast, you'll love the Neil Lazarus app. Just search for Neil Lazarus on the Apple Store or on Google Play. It's all of your news in one place.
That brings us to the end of this very short podcast. I know it wasn't that long, but I wanted to really make sure everyone's understanding what's going on. In the next podcast, we're going to be looking also at Hezbollah, and also trying to ask the question, which I think is crazy in Israel, as far as it's even a question, regarding adoption and gay parenting. Ooh. Bye.